Alright, blue-red fires. Let's try this. I guess if we draw fires, it's gonna be okay. Metagame challenge bugged out after the first match. That does happen, unfortunately. So it's gonna be a lot of mono red. Do I kill this or do I wait for Steamkin? I put in Multi 6. Alright, now I kill this. My opponent just attacks first. I probably take the damage because I just want to make sure that Steamkin dies. I also need to draw something before turn 5, so I have a spell to play next turn. My opponent probably goes like Slaying Fire, kill this, attack. Next turn they can play Torbrand, and I am in trouble. Shock Face, light up the stage. You know you can just tap 3 mana and play light up. Okay, Skewer. But you can just cast the Skewer for 3. I guess my opponent figured out that they're never gonna shock anything else in my face anyway. I guess that makes sense. Ooh, okay, that's a different version of red. But from next turn we're gonna have a 5/5 blocker every turn until we find. I also have a shock in my sideboard that could be relevant sometimes. So I would like to save the fetch line for after Golos, but I also kind of want to have triple red and triple blue in play. So I kind of want to fetch right now. Yeah, so let's get a mountain. Cast the Cavalier. So, what am I doing next turn? I could play Fairy just as a 1/4 and hold up Sinister Sabotage. It's not completely out of the questions, I guess. I want to keep bad cards in my hand and good cards on top if I'm playing Cavalier next turn. But on the other hand, if I'm doing it like this, I guess I'll do this. Yeah, I guess I'll do this. Okay, so this is probably Cavalcade. I guess I'm gonna hold up this the Sabotage. What can I get out of my sideboard? Nothing that I can play without. Without fires. I can get Chandra. Chandra's pretty good. Chandra just clears my opponent's side of the board. Yeah, maybe I just do that. I survive one more turn. Next time I play Chandra, go -3, kill my opponent's board. Oh no no no! Oh no! Why do I always do this? Well, I guess we're gonna do a different play. But I guess I'm keeping this on top now. Yeah, this stays in play, but it kills all the other stuff. Like, it doesn't kill elementals, but if this is the only card my opponent has, I'm probably gonna be fine with this board. Can they attack? Can they do a big suicide attack? Counter Cavalcade? I mean, it doesn't really do anything right now. I would just rather counter something that like kills my Cavalier. want to counter like Torbran or like Frenzy or something, I could also take Flame Sweep. Maybe Flame Sweep is the best. Just to have like a protection kind of spell in my hand. Chandra can... Yeah, I'm gonna take Flame Sweep. Chandra can very easily die. The playing this Krylin was worth it because now I can cast Granted and still keep up 3 mana for Sinister Sabotage. That was the reason why I wanted to play it. But yeah, this should not have been in play just as a 1/4. Now if they play Thorbrand, I'm gonna counter that. Or this. I can also just kill it with Flame Sweep, which is probably better. Can I just start attacking? What's the worst that can happen? Like, I just die to this. It's basically a 4 power when it attacks. Yeah, I guess I don't really want to race against that. I mean, I could play this as a blocker. I could start attacking. Yeah, hopefully my opponent doesn't have anything too crazy next turn. Attack. If they attack back, I'll just jump with the Fae. Maybe they just have a second one in hand and they kind of just like had to play it, I don't know. Either way, they're not in a great spot. This actually be good against Mono Red. Like you have a lot of shocks, like you have 6 shock effects. You can play the Theory as a 1/4. That's a decent blocker. For turn 3 you have this as a 4/3. Borrower is not great, but at least you can sometimes use it to like bounce Bran. I don't think I'm gonna be wishing for Flame Sweep, so I'll definitely bring that in. I'm also gonna bring in Deafening Clarion, I think, because that is also probably not happening that I'm wishing for that. I don't think I'm gonna have enough time, and I'm gonna definitely board out Borrowers. Sabotage is pretty slow as well. Basically, I'm going to be using the Theory for Time Wipe and enter the God Eternals, I think. So I could even bring in Sarkhan and Chandra, maybe. Maybe 2 counter spells are okay. Negate could be better than Sabotage, but only against like Cavalcade. It depends. It depends on what they play exactly. I'm probably gonna keep this. This deck is playing a lot of lands. Like these are great. Then you have fires. Yeah, I'm gonna keep this. What's your stance on having a full toolkit sideboard with Fae as opposed to half and half? I like half and half. That's basically how I currently have that. You don't really need to have like 15 different one-offs in your sideboard, because you're just never gonna use those cards anyway. And punished for 7. Greed is good. when you play light at this stage, don't play the land first. Like if my opponent revealed 2 lands, they would not be able to play the other one afterwards. They would just lose one of the lands. Unless you have a good reason to play the land before, like you're playing around Quench, you know, there are things that you're trying to do. Do I even want to counter this? I don't even really care. Kind of just want to counter like a Bran or another Scorcher. But I guess, I mean, I'm kind of stuck on lands. I need to do something. I'm definitely not gonna block. Don't want to get my guy shocked or +2/+0 with the giant. Well, at some point I'm gonna be able to play fires and just give my creatures lifelink. That could help. Not gonna be able to sweep the board because I have a bunch of 4/3s, but could give them lifelink. I mean, I could sweep the board. This is a big problem. This is also a big problem. I'm gonna take so much damage next turn. I'm taking 2 shock. I'm dead. So I can only attack with one of the giants. So attack, attack, shock face. Maybe they're gonna ping my giant instead of me. Nope, they figured it out. That was a greedy hand to keep. But yeah, greed is good. The problem is that my shock effects don't kill the 1/3. That is a big issue. There's no white mana in the deck. So you can't cast Clarion unless you have fires in play. Wow, I can get an untapped land in play. That's awkward. If I go with Temple, I'm still not gonna have mana for Sabotage next turn. Wow, this is super awkward. But then if I go Fumbled Passage to have mana for Sabotage, then I don't have a turn 4 untapped land. This is super awkward. Good thing is my opponent only played Grim Initiate last turn. It's not the biggest of deals. Oh, I clicked. Took 1 damage by accident extra. Obviously, was gonna kill the guy before attacking, but that's because it's the only thing I can do this turn. So I think I'm gonna keep the fetch line in my hand. For after I play the Blue Cavalier. The question is, do I play Drawn or do I play Bone Crusher Giant? I think it's better to get a creature in play. And next turn I can go Drawn into like another relevant spell. They don't work very well together, no. I just want to have something before I play Fires. And after you play Fires, like, you're casting cards that... Like, it basically doesn't really matter if now this is a land or Sinister Sabotage or something else. Because I'm going to be casting Cavaliers every single turn anyway. So that's my kind of logic with this. Cavalier and Fairy. Like, you can only cast 2 cards a turn anyway. Now it might be awkward that I boarded out the Clarion, because I wouldn't mind having it in this game. I need to get the land in play. So I'll discard Sabotage, Fires, probably Shock too. I don't think I'm playing Shock in this game. I'll keep the Fairy. What if I attack? If I put in blocks with Grim Initiate, it doesn't look very good for me. Alright, I'll just pass. Funnily enough, these are elementals. So I can't Chandra the board away. What I can do is I can get Time Wipe, get back my Cavalier, clean the board. Okay. Okay, we're gonna put 1 more land in the graveyard so that the Cavalier shoots for an extra damage. Because I'm gonna be using the castle anyway, so I need to get the 5th untapped land in play. I'm gonna block this so that if I do play Time Wipe, there's nothing left on the battlefield for my opponent. Set a stop in my upkeep in case I do want to scry twice. It might happen. Alright, Cavalier I'm keeping. Do I want to scry my upkeep or not? Probably not. Yeah, there's no reason to do that. Is this a Time Wipe turn? I don't really want to get cavalcaded. But this is probably gonna let me put 2 creatures in play. Like, at worst I can just play Fairy as a 1/4. Is it Time Wipe or is it Cavalier and Fairy? I guess it's Cavalier and Fairy, because even if they do play Cavalcade, next turn I can get the gain 4 life thing. Alright, Cavalier. I don't need a second Fires. I guess I'm going to be drawing the cards anyway, so it doesn't matter. Fry. Wow. Alright, let's shuffle the deck. I did not expect that. Holy crap. So this doesn't matter because it's gonna get shuffled anyway. So I might get the look at for mill 4 gain 4 thing, just so I don't die. What's the play? What good is it sweeping the board if my opponent can just like play another one, or like I think it's better to just play Cavalier and another creature. Good game, huh? Alright, let's go for creatures. Alright, that's simple. So I guess it's better if I kill one of my opponent's creatures. Oh, maybe they have 2 Heartfires. Maybe I should have swept the board after that aggressive good game. Yeah, that's probably what they have. If they're like aggressively spamming good game like that, then they must have 2 Heartfires. Next turn I'm definitely gonna gain 5. That's funny. Oh, I should have scryed. Yeah, let's gain. Well, can I gain 5? Let's cast the Fairy. I think that's better this turn than casting the Cavalier. So let's see what we have in the sideboard. Sarkhan is good at killing creatures. Time Wipe. Kills their board. Bolus gets cards out of their hand. I think I'm getting the Enter the Goddess Jealous. That's pretty simple. The thing is, are they going to respond with like a shock on their creature? I guess we're going to find out. Kind of want to wait with it though. Yeah, they couldn't get through my board last turn anyway. Yeah, they don't have another instant. Heartfire in response would have been brutal, but now it looked like they don't have any more instants. Like the cards they could have is like Cavalcade. Also, I can just target my own creature next turn. Yeah, they don't have an instant. I was gonna target my Cavalier, but now I'm just gonna kill their own creature. I can mill myself because I can get better cards for I can get more lands for Cavalier in the graveyard. Alright, let's give them the good game back. If the target fizzles, you're not gonna gain life. Actually, I want the... Oh, well, I'm gonna discard lands anyway, it doesn't matter.
Bunch of new burn spells to try on you.
I really wonder what these two cards are. They're not instants. Maybe it's just lands and my opponent was just spamming good game, as in like I got nothing. But if you're gonna do that, you should just concede the game instead of, you know, instead of doing that. This is the 4th fry, yeah. But the Cavaliers are unkillable. They just always go back into the deck. So still have all access to all 4 Cavaliers, no matter how many fries my opponent's gonna have. Yeah, I'm gonna keep the... Okay, I'm gonna do it this way. Draw, main phase, play Cavalier, discard 3 lands, play another Cavalier, give everything haste. Give everything haste. Again and again, attack. I like that this deck is something different, like, you know, it's a combination of like normal fires and but also just like some like blue-red like value or blue-red mid-range. I kind of like Bone Crusher Giant. I like Quench and Sinister Sabotage. Like I just like being able to decide what, you know, what's going on in the game and like being able, like I want to have things under control. I want to be able to counter, you know, search for 2 lands, counter Golos, counter whatever my opponents may be doing, counter Bran. Obviously it doesn't work with fires, but by the time I play fires I'm gonna start casting Cavaliers and I don't have time, you know, to cast all these cards that, like, basically all of this is just interaction before you play fires. After you play fires, you're casting these cards. You're activating the land, you're casting Cavaliers, you're drawing more cards, you're discarding all the cards you can't use to Cavaliers. So basically, after you play fires, this doesn't really matter anyway. This is also one of the cards that you're casting after fires. You have 16 cards in your deck. They all draw you more cards. They all, you know, find each other. So like after I play fires, it doesn't really matter that I have 2 cards in my hand that I can't use. Besides that, you can still use it. Like sometimes your opponent counters something on your turn, and you can still force it through with the counter spell. So. Yeah, Mana League is obviously better. I'm not saying this is like, you know, the best deck in the format or anything. I just like how it plays out. I think it's a fun deck. I think this... is this a Mulligan? This is pretty close. We do have interaction, we have dreams. I'm gonna keep it. Blue-red Fires is tier 0. Turn 1 Hallowed Fountain. Alright, what is that? That is Fires of Invention. Don't mind if I do. If this was a different card, then I would probably Mulligan. Also, it looks like we're playing the Fire's Mirror. This is where like having counterspell is a good thing. Yeah, this is gonna be Planeswalker Fires. Bam. Ooh, hello. It's gonna be so obvious when I don't play the giant, but I kind of want to play, you know, the sabotage for their fires rather than get a 4/3 in play. Yeah, Bone Crusher Giant kind of counts as 2 cards, so I think you have to counter that. Especially because I'm gonna play fires. Like, I would like to counter their fires. This might just be a bait, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep the fetch land for after Cavalier. Wow, we bricked on Cavaliers. Ugh. Awkward. I guess I'm getting... Yeah, I guess I'm getting these two. I'm getting backup fires in case somehow this gets dealt with. But the best I can do next turn is just play 2 Bone Crusher Giants that both die to Deafening Clarion. So this is gonna be super awkward. Yeah, this usually just never happens. Well, here's a Bone Crusher Giant. Pretty sure if I play another creature, it's just gonna get Wrath. I don't even really want to do it. Could shock my opponent's face. No, let them play the Clarion. I'm not gonna fetch because now the bottom of my deck has a bunch of bad cards, a bunch of lands that I saw in the Drawn from Nightmares. Okay. Maybe it's not fires. Alright, this is good. This at least means I can't flat out. Now I'm gonna keep this in hand because I can still discard it to Red Cavalier and get more cards that way. Maybe this is just some good old-fashioned Jeskai control withdrawn from Dreams. Planar Cleansing, wow. That does get rid of Fires of Invention. Nice. Well, I'm glad I took the backup fires. I'm also gonna set a stop in my upkeep. Alright, now we're talking. Cavalier, Cavalier. I'm not gonna play the lands. I'm gonna use them to cycle them away. Shimmer of Possibility, sure. The reason to not crack the fetch land is that I put a bunch of lands on the bottom with Drawn from Dreams. I looked at 7 and the 7 had no Cavaliers. It was just like lands and quenches. And I put them on the bottom. I took 2 cards, so like basically these 5 are like lands and quenches. So if I shuffle my deck, I'm very likely to... Basically my draws are worse if I do that. Do I go blue first or red first? If I go blue first, I'm discarding these 3 lands regardless. Like, this gets me deeper in the deck. If I was looking for something, it's better to do that. This lets me filter away better, but I'm gonna be able to do that anyway with the Fubbled Passage, so I think I'm starting with the Red Cavalier. Them playing this guy just out there like that makes me believe that they're either trying to block the Cavaliers or they have another time wipe in hand because that's like a pretty obvious play. Like play this, but I'm gonna be able to bounce it back to my hand anyway. Let's cast this guy. Three, 6. I have 6 mana, so this is what this is 11 and 6 is 17. I can put my opponent in 1 and then kill them with shock next turn. So I'll put land and sabotage back. And they're gonna chump, but I don't want to correct the. I guess I'm gonna have to correct the fetch regardless. And scry. So let's attack. They have to block. Whoa, they're not blocking, so we can just put them at 1. Well, I like that better than scrying. Plus, also, like now, if Cavalier dies, I have lands in my graveyard, so it's not gonna be easy to get out of this. Sure. I mean, they are dead on board. I don't think they knew about the second ability of the Red Cavalier. Alright. What did my opponent play? Oh, it was fires. Fires with planar cleansing. that sounds weird. So let me put the counter spells back in. Bone Crusher Giant and Shock are bad, but it's not like I can really bring in much else. What am I gonna be wishing for? Casualties of War. That's the most likely outcome. So I should just bring in like other good cards. I'm gonna bring in this. Yeah, I'm most likely going to be wishing for Mass Manipulation, or I'm going to bring in the extra land. I don't think I'm going to be wishing for that either. And maybe I even bring in the Bolas. I'm going to be wishing for casualties. I'm going to be wishing for Mass Manipulation, maybe Elder Spell, probably not. Maybe having one giant is not the worst. Because Chandra doesn't really do much either. I guess I'll just bring in the Chandra. Just have a higher density of cards I can do something with. Chandra's bad against Cavaliers though. It's also bad against Planar Cleansing. You never board out the wishes. Like shocks are bad in this kind of matchup, so that's the easiest thing to do. We have a counter that seems like the most important thing in this matchup. The rest is not great, but the Borrower plays well with counters. The question is, do I fetch first or do I start with a temple? I guess if I find a blue land, I'm not even gonna have to use the fetch land. Yeah, I'm probably gonna start with a temple. Like if you start with temple and then you fetch, then you like lose the scry. If it's something bad you don't want to draw, it's gonna go on the bottom of your deck. Also, I'm not even really sure what I would do with something like fires. I guess fires I would keep. And then fetch enter into, yeah, let's start with that. Negate I'll keep too. Emblems could certainly get them. That's true. We might that might just be our plan. I think I would counter Narset here. So I think I want to start by having, yeah, I want to have untapped mana for negate. I'm not gonna have access to sabotage next turn, but I think this is fine. Like Narset would just be too powerful here, and we drew a quench. This is why I like the counters. Like it gives me the option to, you know, decide what happens in the game. Like when you play fires without that, you're just kind of like giving up like giving up the board to your opponent, and then you're just playing catch up. I might save this for post Cavalier. Are they playing the Fairy or are they playing Granted? I have no idea what's happening. Okay, they're playing Granted. Draken, thanks for the 5 months resub. Welcome back. I'm not countering that, right? I guess they could get Chandra that I would not be able to counter. I don't know. I'm just gonna counter that. Don't you think there's a bit of agency bias? It feels good to be doing things and having permission, but it might not be. I mean, I feel like it is relevant. I feel like it is relevant. So am I playing Sarkhan? Am I playing Cavalier? Sarkhan is kind of busted. But I want to find fires and I want to be able to play 2 spells a turn. This hits harder though. Yeah, let's just play Sarkhan. That's more fun. I think the right play is to play Cavalier, but this is more fun. Magnificent! Magnificent. Alright, now I'm gonna need to start doing things very fast because my opponent's gonna be able to find fires and something good to go with it. They might also just find cleansing and just kill my board next turn. I don't even know if I should play Cavalier. It's so bad against cleansing. I could scry first, or I could scry away a bad card after, but that's gonna die, so I think I should actually scry first. Because if I play this, they very likely sweep my board, so I'm gonna scry first, because afterwards it's just gonna get shuffled anyway. So I don't want Steam Vents. I kinda want to land, because if they play Wrath, I would be able to go Cavalier and play a land and attack for 7. But I also kind of just want to keep all the 3 other cards. Yeah, I'm just gonna put the land back. Just hope I draw a land. Like with scrying, that shouldn't be that hard to do. Okay, they did have the planar cleansing. I don't have the scry land yet, so that seems like a fine card to keep. And then I can play Cavalier and deal 7. Seems okay. Maybe I should just play blue Cavalier and try to find counter magic though. Maybe that's better. I guess Quench doesn't do much. It would literally have to be negate. I already played one. For Cavalier, I have 2 more cards in the graveyard. 2 more lands in the graveyard. So I guess the right play is this. Cavalier. Discard the island. Then draw the other land and give him haste. And then at some point I can play Borrower at the end of turn and deal the last 3 points of damage. Alright, take 7. 3 from the graveyard. Oh, okay, well that is actually not very good against Borrower though. I can just end of turn bounce that, my Cavalier comes back. I can even do that in my own turn, just give him haste. So that's actually working well for me instead of my opponent right now. Well, let's find out if they have a way to stop it. Looks like they don't. 2-0. Blue-red fires. Maybe I should cut some of the cards in the sideboard I'm never gonna find. Although I kind of use all of them sometimes. Chandra is the most awkward one. You don't really get that too often. Elder Spell also is not happening very often. I'll just leave it like this. Excuse me. Alright, play first. Well, let's hope our opponent is a mono red. Thanks, Sniper. Can you show more decks you consider for Mythic? Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna keep playing some of these decks. I can like show some other decks between games, but I have a bunch of other decks lined up for like future days. I'm gonna be streaming every day for the next couple days. I'm gonna be streaming Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, basically all day long, all of these days. How about Tectonic Rift in the sideboard? Interesting. Now give me Fires. Fires of Invention, top card. MPL whitelist. Nope, didn't work. Is this a good in best of one? Yeah, all the Fires deck are good in best of one. Mostly because people can't, you know, bring in sideboard counter spells against you, which is what a lot of decks are doing right now. A lot of decks have 4 strokes in the sideboard or negate, which is, you know, one of the best cards against you. Also like Agent of Treachery. In best of one, this doesn't happen. Plus, in best of one, you're the one who still gets access to sideboard because this still lets you, like, it still lets you build a sideboard and get cards out of it with the Fae. What did I put on the bottom? A temple. Would I mind drawing a temple? I kind of want to scry, because if I draw, well, if I draw Sabotage, I'm not going to be able to play it. Instead of Bonecrusher Giant, I would have to... No, I think there isn't really that many spells to Sabotage. I'm going to go Giant, kill something they play, and play a 4-3, and then fetch a blue line with this. Yeah, I can update the list on Stream Decker because I changed a few cards around. Interesting. I kind of want to put the Giant in play and just start attacking. Like, you wanna be able to kill their cards, but they're not gonna play anything. It's good to have it in play as well because it stops a future 4/4 Haze Death Touch guy. Whatever the name of that thing is. Questing Beast. Cardboard Live, yeah, Cardboard Live is always up to date. That always, like, if you go ! Deck list, Cardboard Life is gonna show you the correct list in a visual form, I believe. So you can always do that. Now I want to put as many lands in play, as many lands in my graveyard for Cavalier. So I'm gonna get an island. And I'm gonna wish for something. I think I'm gonna get Chandra. No attacks. You could play the 4th Fires in the sideboard, but you really don't have time to find it. Am I discarding both? I think I'm discarding both. There's so many lands in my deck. I mean, I'm guaranteed to play Chandra next turn, but like between 3 lands, I should be able to find... Between 3 draws, I should be able to find a land. I could also maybe discard the Shock. But I'm not sure about that. Yeah, I'm gonna discard both of the lands. Maybe, yeah, I'm gonna discard the Shock too. I just want to find Fires and Cavaliers and... Well, that was awkward. None of these cards are super exciting. I guess Cavalier is fine. Yeah, there's a Questing Beast. Might have to trade for that. Because it trades for the Cavalier regardless, so... Yeah, I'm actually gonna trade. Plus Chandra doesn't reach the Beast, it only deals 3 to everything unless you wanna... You wanna remove 4 counters and kill it, but then Chandra would just die to these 2. Is this a good turn for Chandra minus? Would die to another Questing Beast. Not a big fan of that. Cavalier and Fetch Land is very, very tempting. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that. Still save this as a potential sweeper. How come only 2 colors? Oh, I kinda like this deck as it is. Because it lets me play counters instead of like... I think the Fairy is not very good right now. Do I want to keep Quench? I mean, I don't really want all these lands. But then the lands are good with Cavalier. I guess I'll keep the Quench. Since you have experience of playing Cavalier's version of Jeskai, do you think the variant with Planeswalkers is still good? I don't like the deck with Planeswalkers. I think cards like Sarkhan and like those cards are just not very good right now. I mean, it's a playable deck, don't get me wrong. I just don't like the way it plays out. Like Planeswalkers are just they just feel like not powerful enough in those kind of deck. 3 lands in the graveyard. If we ever find Red Cavalier, 1/1 death. Oh, okay, they're drawing. Fine. It's good to have Chandra in hand, ready to sweep the board, whatever they play. They might play the Murderer's Knight. We attack, sweep the board. Okay, 5/5 Lovestruck Beast, that makes sense. So let me fetch this away. So what are we doing? I could just Chandra plus. What are the chances I die next turn? If I attack, my opponent has 8 power in play, Questing Beast is 12. Nissa Questing Beast would kill me. There isn't much for me to find with Fairy right now. I could also just attack and like put the 1/4, like put 2 1/4s in play. I think that's the best way to beat my opponent. Just use the Fairy as a blocker. I'm gonna keep the last one in hand, because this also lets me play Quench. So if they have Nissa or something, I can counter that. I think Canister's list plays Nissa. So green-black. How do I want to sideboard? I probably just don't sideboard at all. I could bring in something instead of borrowers, because they're a little too slow. They don't really block anything. They block Rankle though. That could be relevant. Maybe Flame Sweep is better. Could bring in the last shock. Let's do that. Wishing for negate was a good line. Yeah, might have been. If you put 1 fires in the sideboard, you will double the opportunity of fires in your hand. Yeah, but it's so slow wishing for that. Maybe if the format slows down, but green black. I mean, Canis just played infinite with the green black deck, I think. So it probably makes some sense. I'm not sure, you know, what exactly his matchups are, but I'm pretty sure he like spent a lot of time testing, and you know, I think he won the the MPL split. He played green black on ladder for a really long time, so I think he has a lot of experience with the deck. So if he makes some changes, it's probably good to at least try it out, because it probably you know, makes sense in like given the metagame or something. Anyone can recommend a deck with easy sideboard choices? I can just give you a sideboard guide. I can give you mono red with a sideboard guide. How about that? Channelfireball.com. All the articles, all the sideboard guides. This is a mulligan, I think. Best of 3. Alright, here you go. Let me just quickly copy this. There's a sideboard guide in this, so you can try it out. I think this hand is too slow. I don't have double blue. Like, I'm pretty likely to draw a blue land, but it's still not a good hand. This hand is pretty awkward too. It is good that I have shocks to kill Innkeeper. Maybe I should keep it. Yeah, I should probably keep it. I'm not gonna go to 5. I have 2 shocks in my hand. Guess I'm getting rid of this. Maybe the Fae. The Fae I can at least play. I'm gonna get rid of Cavalier. If you're playing against the Innkeeper decks, and you have Shock and they have the Innkeeper in play, always just kill it before they get to untap. Because it says, draw a card when you cast an adventure card. So you don't get to like respond. You do get to respond for cards like Risen Reef, for example, because that says when the elemental comes into play. So in that case you can wait, not give them information, but the Innkeeper just has to die right away. Do I play Fae? Fae of Wishes? Do I save it for something better? I could just shock both of my opponent's 1/1s, but that's not a winning strategy against a deck full of 1/1s. Playing the Fae is also not great. But it stops the aggression from out. Yeah, I'm gonna play the Theory. Alright, Drawn from Dreams, that does something. That does something next turn. So next turn I'm gonna be... I'm gonna want to play Dreams. So I should set up for that. I could block Lovestruck Beast with the Fairy and finish it off with Double Shock. It sounds horrendous, but it might be the play. I want to keep the second Fairy in my hand so I can get Wrath. Alright, let's go for Double Shock on the 1/1s. My opponent doesn't play a pre-combat 1/1. I'm gonna do that. When opponent plays Questing Beast, we're gonna have decisions. Do you like Shock right now? I do like Shock right now after making Mono Red popular. It wasn't in my deck before today. But after changing the metagame a little bit, I think it makes sense to play Shock again. Are we in combat? We are. This is the definition of card disadvantage. My opponent got both of these 1/1s for free. Oh, nice. A little too late for that. Legion's End? What? Yeah, that works. I mean, we're gonna be able to quench something. Hopefully. I mean, they have 4 mana, but... yeah, this is not a card you should have against this deck. Can't quench that. I mean, I can, but... alright. Good thing is, if they don't draw another Lovestruck Beast, every 1/1 they play is actually a 2/2, which is a pretty nice numbo. Yep, you got it. It is a 2/2. So these are not going to be able to attack. It's going to be almost impossible to outgrind this because we have 3 lands in play. We're not doing anything, and our opponent's drawing 5 cards a turn. And they found the 3rd Lovestruck Beast. Yep, we're dead. Well, I can see what else they play, but yeah, I'm dead. It says non-token, so like if you find the 3rd Lovestruck Beast, you can make a 1/1 that can attack. And we never find the 4th land. This kind of makes me want to have the Borrowers, because the Borrower bounces the token, which is not that bad. But Flame Sweep is also decent. Maybe I just don't want that many shocks on the play, because I also have Bonecrusher Giant. So let's just have 1 Borrower in the deck. I don't want to bring in Negate just for the Hinge. That's probably like a 2-off in my opponent's deck. Was bouncing the Fade too much of a card disadvantage? Yeah, I could have done that, but I mean, yeah, I guess I could have done that. I would have needed to discard 2 cards. I'm not sure if I had good cards to discard. Yeah, this is fine. Hopefully the temples are gonna let me find some kind of interaction before turn 4. So I'm looking for a counter here. And then I'm just gonna play Fires Drawn. And I can like Wrath the board on turn 5. There's a lot of things I can do on turn 5. Alright, we don't want more lands. Why is Stan not streaming anymore? I think he just enjoys playing now, rather than like being on a streaming schedule or streaming. Like, I think he streams when he finds, when he feels like he found something, you know, relevant to show. probably play this. Like, my hand is so good. I have, like, not so good, but, like, I'm gonna be stuck playing something every turn. Might as well just get this in play, I think. Like, next turn I go Fire's Drawn. So I'm gonna have, like, way more cards in hand. Then I'm gonna go probably Cavalier. Like, now I'm, like, sort of giving up the ability to Wrath. Interesting. I'll still block. Because if all they're doing is, if they're playing a Krell Harpooner, that's fine with me. I basically want this turn from them to be Harpooner and pass. Instead of playing the 5/5. The 5/5 would be more like dangerous for me, because that's a way to actually, you know, deal a bunch of damage. This could work well with Henge. That's a nice interaction. Alright, let's see what we find. Wow, we break. We break again. Guess I'm taking Temple. I was looking for any of the 8 Cavaliers, any of the 3 Fairies, and any of the 2 remaining Drawns, I guess, would also be fine. Also for like a backup Fires. I was gonna take backup Fires if I saw it in the... if I had it as one of the possibilities. I guess I'm just taking lands and discarding them to Cavalier. Is this the new Cavaliers list? It is! They're probably gonna have Questing Beast. Back for 7. Right, there's the backup Fire. So I'm gonna play... I need to play this. The question is, do I discard Drawn as well? The answer might be yes. I don't think I'm gonna have time for that. I want to find another Cavalier. Or even a Giant, like anything that like lets me interact with my opponent's board would be great. Maybe I should keep Drawn, because yeah, maybe I should keep Drawn. Like if I draw 3 lands, I want to be able to have one more good spell. Now we have the same kind of decision, but now I have a better board. So I'll just get rid of these 2. How much damage is that? 12, 14, 16. There's no real reason to attack. I'll just pass. They can play Henge next turn. Maybe I should attack. What are the odds they can kill me next turn? Pretty low, I think. But then I can't scry. No, I'm just gonna pass. I'm just gonna pass and try to find Fairy. With scrying. And then I can go... next turn I can... play the kill a creature artifact land thing. Counter spells with fire seem awkward. Yeah, you can't use them at the end of, you know, in your opponent's turn when you have fires in play. I am well aware of how that works, but you can still play it before you cast fires, and they give you a lot of game in like mirror matches or Golos, or, you know, matches where you just want to counter spells. I agree, it does seem awkward. How does mass manipulation work with fires? X is always 0. But you can still use the mana to do it. Like sometimes you just have a bunch of lands in play and you just get manipulation and like steal your opponent's, you know, cards. Alright, we found the Theory. Question is, what are we gonna do with it? This is definitely dying. They definitely have a Murderous Knight. I think I won the fairy. I don't think I won the knight. Well, maybe the knight's not that bad. Kills this, puts a creature and play the blocks, but that's not really what I want to do here. Alright, give me fairy. Now, is it better to play drawn, or is it better to... I don't even know what I want right now. I'll just play the drawn from Dreams. Cavalier. Fairy, I guess. Are they not getting priority? Oh, okay. There's 100% chance they have Murderous Knight. But they should have probably responded to this. I can give it haste. Maybe they just don't care. I want to be able to scry, so I'm just gonna pass. I'm gonna let them kill one of the guys with knight, and I'm gonna scry enough turn, and then I'm gonna get something with fairy next turn, and finally do something relevant. Oh, I should have cracked the fetch in response. No, I don't want either of these. I wanted less lands in my deck. I would have found a mountain, so at least it didn't matter. How do you feel about the matchup against Golos with this deck? It's okay. Like, it depends on, you know, if you get a counterspell or not. Like, people, there's way less Tetheries in people's decks right now, so like I feel like counterspells are good again. Love Trigbees, you got it, buddy. I'm also just gonna leave the fetch line in play right now. Like, there are 2 bad cards in the bottom of my deck, and if I draw another blue Cavalier, I'm gonna be able to shuffle cards away, so not even gonna crack it right now. Probably just gonna go for Time Wipe next turn. Yeah, I don't want either of these. Granted. I could also just play 2 more lands and then play Mass Manipulation and steal. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. With the next fairy, I'm going to play Mass Manipulation for 2. So let's get Time Wipe now. And then steal whatever they play next. And again, the good thing is, with Cavalier, I don't mind drawing the counter spells because I can just get rid of them. Questing Beast, that's fine. I can live with that. They play one more thing, I'm definitely gonna steal their stuff, right? Not anymore. Now I might just get... Did I shuffle? No, I have bad cards. Well, now I kind of want the fairy, because now I think I'm gonna go get Enter the Gotta Chalice. Do I really want to bother with that though? Whatever. This looks good. Why did I click on the Red Cavalier? Good lord. Good lord. Well, I guess we're playing this. I was gonna play the Red Cavalier, not put it back on the top of my deck. I was gonna play the Red Cavalier, discard the bad cards, draw the good ones. Well, I guess now we made the game a little interesting. At least the game is more interesting now. I was gonna discard these 4, draw 4 from the top of my deck. Crawl Harpooner. Well, it's gonna get awkward because this is gonna get shuffled. Oh boy. We went from can't lose to we'll see. I should have cracked this again probably. I'll keep the blue Cavalier. If they play the knight, I'll just steal both of their creatures. Davriel, well, I'll probably steal that too. I'm gonna go to 2. Oh no, I have enough cards in hand. Yeah, this doesn't, I don't really care about this.
I'll have to order 20. A mind is a terrific thing to waste.
So now I don't want to die to another questing bee, so how do I do this? Yeah, we should probably do a exclamation mark counterspell command. I am well aware that you can't play counterspells on your opponent's turn if you have fires. I just want to have interaction before fires comes into play. I think I'm gonna go for the. Let's make sure I don't misclick again. I'm gonna go for the 4 damage get a thing play. Just so I like somehow don't die. I mill myself. No Red Cavalier. Oh, I only have 1 Red Cavalier left. No, 2 left, okay. 2 is fine. So now I have a blocker for another possible questing beast.
Ugh, this is the worst.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I could keep playing lands to steal more stuff, but I think X2 is going to be perfectly reasonable for mass manipulation. And I can just use the cards to bring back the fairy and use it next turn. If I want to. I have enough mana to go scry. I would have to fetch though. Sure, you gotta got yourself a Murderous Rider. I just prefer being at a higher life total because I don't know what can happen. I also just like this gives me a 4/4 anyway. It gives me it sort of gives me protection from another questing beast while being at a higher life total than how much it hits for. So now, do I want to bring it back? If I want to bring this back, then no, I'm not gonna bring it back. Then I should fetch before scrying because I would need the extra mana. Drawn is probably too slow. I mean, can I really lose with this though? I'll just keep both. I don't really think I can lose from this position. I might even attack. I'll start with Cavalier, see what I get. Scry, Scry, then put the lands away. So I don't want an island, and I don't want this. Will want to scry it. Oh, I will want to fetch it away, I think. So let's just do it now. Might just play the Bone Crusher Giant. So attack face. Attack this. I'll just play it for the 3. Sure. I could bounce this back to my hand, next turn play it. Did you see that you can play best of 3 the commander cards? I don't think they're very good for best of 3. I know you can play it, I don't think they're great. No, and no. Yep, alright, good game. You just have too much value. Even after literally like putting the 2 best cards in my, the 2 only good cards in my hand, and like shuffling them away and keeping 4, you know, cards that didn't do anything, you just have so much value. Like once you get fires in play, you can't lose. I mean, no, not you can't lose, but like it's so hard to lose. Yeah, GG's. I kind of misclicked one of my Cavaliers, shuffled away 2 Cavaliers instead of, you know, I was gonna cast the red Cavalier, but I clicked on, I was still deciding on what to put back, and I guess I clicked on it without realizing I'm still resolving the trigger. So it took a little longer. Field of Death is going to be banned on 21st. I wouldn't say it's gonna get banned, just because they decided to move the scheduled date to 21st. I don't think that means that something is definitely gonna get banned. They just want to give themselves the option, in case things go wrong, they want to give themselves the option of, alright, there was Orgolos at the PT, field does need to get banned. But if the PT is just like, you know, a normal tournament and top 4 is 3 different decks or whatever, I don't think they're gonna ban it. Oops, I'm dragging this. I want to drag this in play. Okay. I will keep all the lands now, because I have fire, so basically just need to make land drops. I have not revealed what deck I'm playing yet, and they're gonna get revealed on Monday. Alright, see you, Kevin. Thanks for hanging out. Your article does not work? Weird. Works for me. This is the article. If you click on this, it should open the thing for you. Add plug. Oko. This is why I like the counterspell so much. Lets me counter Oko. Don't have anything to play right now, which is awkward. I'm gonna give the initiative back to my opponent. Although they're probably not gonna be able to cast too much from 2 mana here, so should still be fine. Fires and Drawn from Dreams. The best turn 4 you can have right now. To my hand, Land Cavalier drawn, so I just want this and this, I believe. Oh, no, I should have taken the Scryland. I should have taken the Scryland, I think, over Bone Crusher Giant. It's... Hopefully it's not gonna matter, but... It's unlikely I'll ever have time to Bone Crusher. Okay, my opponent can play a big Hydroid next turn, so I want to find a Fairy. This is also good, because that lets me kill Nissa. I want to start with this, because I don't have bad cards in hand. And then... Alright, let's try again. So, keeping Red Cavalier in hand, not touching it. I want to keep the bad cards in my hand so I can discard them. So I'm gonna put this and this on top. Then I'm gonna play Red Cavalier. I might just discard my whole hand. I don't know about the Bone Crusher Giant. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I don't think I want the Bone Crusher. Alright, we find Castle. That's nice. So let's give it haste. Kill Nissa. And probably smash. Like next turn, yeah, I mean, next turn I can play Clarion, gain lifelink. I'm definitely smashing. What happened to the Chandra in game 1 of our series? I just never played it. I don't think I just needed to play it. I just wanted to keep it in my hand as a sweeper. Like if I played and kill the 2 creatures, then you can just play Questing Beast and Chandra would just die. With fires, 1 fires in sideboard doesn't give a better probability. It gives you a better probability to find it, but I want to play it on turn 4. This only guarantees doing that on turn 5, so I think it's just too slow. I mean, you can still do it if the format's, you know, if the format's slow enough. Feel free to do that. Wow, do they have Collision Colossus? That'd be insane. Are they just waiting for me to not click to like pump again? I mean, I can't do really anything else, so do they have Collision? No. Alright. You should definitely kill the Nissa here, because if you don't, your opponent can just play a big Hydroid and like... I mean, something can go wrong. I would very likely still win, because even if they do play a big Hydroid, I can just play the Fairy, find Casualties of War, still kill Nissa, kill the Hydroid, kill a land, so... Would still very likely be okay, but I think it's just better to do it this way. Alright, after sideboard, what do we do? On the draw, do I want more shocks? Probably want more shocks on the draw, because that lets me kill the O2 guy, Gilded Goose, while also keeping, like before they can play turn 2 Oko. So I think I wanted more than Bone Crusher. I might just want it more than Borrower. Maybe Borrower is just bad. Maybe I just want the Bone Crusher anyway. And then what am I not gonna have time for? As far as Fairy goes, maybe I'll just keep one of the Fairy in my hand. That seems reasonable. I'll use this for a quick bathroom break. Seconds left. Perfect. That was on purpose. I did not click done on purpose to not like timeout while choosing to keep my hand or not. Can I keep this? I think this hand might just be too slow. It doesn't have a well, I mean, it's really hard to mulligan fires drawn. Not really gonna get much better. I can just use Borrower to like buy myself some time, even if they do play Oko. Yeah, I'll keep it, I guess. I'm gonna keep it, hope they don't go Goose Oko. Okay, then this is fine. Bone Crusher Giant. Why are the commanders not good in best of 3? I think they're just too slow. I think they're like perfectly built for, you know, the commander games, but those games usually revolve around different stuff than the standard metagame. Okay, I can't interact with that, unfortunately. I still want to play an untapped land here. If my opponent like uses the Paradise Druid to cast, let's say, Questing Beast, I'm gonna kill it end of turn. Shifting Ceratops. Okay, perfect. So this lets me, this is great actually. This lets me murder this and put a blocker for their Ceratops in play and deny them playing Nissa next turn. I even drew the 4th untapped land for fire, so things are going according to plan. Let's put this guy into play for blocking duty. Mass manipulation with fires does not work well as far as X goes, but you usually have a lot of lands in play and you can still steal 2 permanents if you just tap your mana. Are they gonna have a counter? Let's find out. They do have a counter, nice. Disdainful Stroke. If they have land and Nissa as well, I might be in trouble. No attacks. The problem is, like, even if I pass, intending to, you know, bounce something that they play or whatever, if they just play Nissa, they can untap Breeding Pool and they can still have 2 mana untap for Stroke. So I need to cast the fires there. If it doesn't resolve, I'll just play Dreams next turn. Try to find another one. I'm just hoping they don't have land Nissa. Alright, they don't have Nissa because otherwise they wouldn't play it. Oko can turn this into a 3-3. Make things awkward for me.
Into my face and put on your true shape.
Oh yeah, I'm not gonna jump. Alright, so this is pretty easy drawn, I think. Because Borrower doesn't really solve any problems. Well, I guess I could finish off Oko, actually. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. I'm gonna give up the board.
I'll think up a fun fate for you.
I could Borrower, bounce my... Oh wait, does it say opponent? Oh, it says opponent controls, okay. I was thinking of bouncing Bone Crusher to my hand and then using it to finish off Oko, but that is not a valid play. Yep. No fires. Well, I guess we're taking these two then. I don't think I'm gonna have time for another Drawn from Dreams. So... yeah, anything that's not fires, I have to put on the bottom now. Oh, I could have finished... No, I could have played the Fabled Passage! Oh... Why?
Welcome to the feast.
I mean... I was thinking, let's put the third untapped mountain next turn in play if I want to. I guess I could still kill Oko now. It's not that big a deal. But now I'm gonna need to play this to not die. But I die anyway. Yeah, now I'm just dead. There's nothing I can do about that. Because I can't block with the Cavalier. I can block with one. I guess if I play this, they turn one, I can just double chump and then finish one off with the shock. Yeah, I guess I can do that. Oh, I'm not gonna have. Yeah, I'm not gonna have the last red mana. So that doesn't work either. What can I find? There really isn't much I can. Maybe I should keep shock. There really isn't much I can get. Yeah, if I killed Oko last turn, things would have been probably the same.
Oh dear.
Except I would be able to trade one of the Cavaliers and jump. Well, I guess the only reason why I would be able to play the Cavaliers is because I drew Steam Vents. So I would go to 3. Alright, I'm dead. Yeah, I think I was gonna die anyway, but yeah, I should have probably killed the Oko regardless. They should have also used the Oko to make a 3/3 out of that, I think. Oh wait, no, okay, they turned my creature into a 3/3, never mind. I was dead in like 17 different ways. I guess I won negate, maybe? Borer was pretty medium that game. They clearly have a lot of planeswalkers, so maybe just having like one more counter could be okay. All these shocks are kind of medium. Just need to put fires in play. Do you ever board in Flame Sweep? Yeah, I do. If a second Clarion... I mean, I don't have white mana in my deck. Slow hand. No interaction. Turn 4 fires. Is that fast enough? Don't even have a scry land. Ugh. Can I keep this? I think I have to keep it. Lava Girl is definitely reasonable, but I kind of want to have more shocks because they are better against mono red. Normally I don't like to fetch if I don't have the 4th land, because I'm just gonna take lands from my deck and I'm gonna give myself a smaller chance to draw a land. But I think, given that I have Sinister Sabotage in my deck and like Quench and Negate and stuff like that, I think I want to be able to play that if I draw those cards. So I'm gonna fetch for an island right now. Gilded Goose. Yeah, I was a little afraid of that. My opponent plays turn 2 Oko here. I am pretty screwed unless I draw a counter. Okay, well this is sort of a counter because it kills the goose. That was a really good draw. It also gives me a play for turn 3. I really like Bonecrusher Giant in this deck. Exactly for this reason, because you're playing a lot of expensive cards, and this gives you both a turn 2 and turn 3 play. It also gives you a blocker for Questing Beast. Yeah, we drew perfect. I drew a way to interact with turn 2 Oko by killing the goose with Bone Crusher Giant, and now they have Ether Gust. I am gonna put that on the bottom of my deck, I believe. I just never got plain white Celebration with the Wish. So I just figured I would just rather have a card that I can use. They kind of have to counter this. So I'm gonna start with Drawn, because if they have a counter spell, they have to use it on this. Okay, looks like they might just not have a counter. So what is the most likely scenario? They have another Ether Gust. They can play Questing Beast or the 5/4 haste. Do I need a backup fires? I already have the 5th land. I really don't know what to take. Like, all these cards are like defensible. Defensible? Is that a word? I'm gonna go for the most value. Defendable? Yeah, defendable, that's the word I'm looking for, yes. I don't think I want to play fires into Nissa, into negate or something, into stroke. Now I can scry, so like I'm perfectly fine with like just passing the turn. It's defensible. Don't believe the chat. Chat is trolling. Whatever the word is. I'm not an English scientist. So now I'm going to be able to find an untapped land, hopefully, and then go fires and quench. I don't even know if I want to do that, though. Because after that, I'm not going to be able to play any more spells. I'm going to have fires in play, but that's going to let them play, like, Nissa. Maybe I should do it. Yeah, I should probably do it. It's just too powerful. Be like aware of which lands auto tap or taps for you, because it does prioritize castles over. It's not gonna matter because I'm gonna use the quench anyway, but it does like to leave castles untapped. Also, what up, Matt? Good to see you here. Why not start with a Cavalier? It would get countered, and it would let my opponent untap and play Nissa, and that would just give all the initiative back to my opponent, and that would end up very badly for me, I think. Especially because Nissa can untap a Breeding Pool, and that way they can still play a counterspell out of it. See, I drew a negate. I might be able to even use it against another stroke, because in your own turn you can still play the counters. So let's start with Cavalier. They're gonna play another stroke. I'm gonna probably negate. Yeah, I think I will use the negate. I could just play another Cavalier, but the negate is basically a death card, so it's probably better for me to just use it here. 0 mana counters, no big deal. Do they have another counter? Either way, this is a losing battle for them, because I'm just going to be able to cast like so many big cards right now. Not English scientists confirmed. What do they have? Removal? They would need to have like Fry, but that's not a very good card right now. So should I leave Sabotage in my deck just as a sort of a like some kind of backup if something happens to fires? kind of want to play the mountain just to be able to give this haste as many times as I want next turn. I'll put the ferry back. Now if something happens to fires, I can sabotage in their turn. Like, it's very unlikely. Like, if they had either gust, they would have either gusted this. Sure, you can kill my Cavalier. Maybe I should have still kept the ferry. That was probably just being too cute. Got it. I mean, I still can't really see how could I possibly lose this game, but bottom. Actually, I'll keep the land. I'll discard it to Cavalier. Two, 4, 6. I can do quadruple pump. That'll be 19. Oh, let's try. Let's see what we got. Fires. Well, now I want to discard everything. So I'm going to have to keep one of these lands. So I guess I want to keep the red producing one. I guess I'll keep this cry land. I guess I could have even scryed first. Maybe that would have been better. Yeah, that might have been better. I think I'll use the lens for scrying rather than pumping. Although, I mean, it did 4 more damage. That is very, very appealing. Yeah, I guess I'll do it. Because now they kill Cavalier, they die. So they're gonna have to create food to not die. I'm gonna scry my upkeep though. Yeah, maybe having Fairy in my hand instead of Sinister Sabotage would have been slightly better in this game. Alright. 4-0. 5-0. No, 4-0. What do we get? Blue and a red card. Well, if that isn't a sign. I think this is a mulligan. I do have a temple, which is nice. If this was like a fires, I might keep, just because this is likely to find you some kind of interaction. Yeah, I just want to have a more interactive hand. Yeah, let's put the Cavalier back. Why Jessica not is it? Just wanted to try something new. I also kind of like the counter spells. I don't like the fairy. Also, don't think you need Clarion all that much. And Gucci and Huey 7-0 with Bent Ramp. Well, I guess Bent is great. I like Bent Ramp. Oh, Golos. All right. Finally, we have an interesting matchup. What's in my hand? Mountain or Island? I have a mountain. I'm gonna have to restart Arena afterwards. Well, if we draw lands, things are looking good, but we do need to draw more lands. Well, bad matchup confirmed. I do want to counter this. Alright, doesn't come into play on tap, but I'll take it. Do I play Fairy? Probably not. I guess, I mean, it's gonna give me a blocker. It's gonna give away what I'm playing. Yeah, I'll put it in play. I have too many things to do. Alright. So normally I wouldn't fetch. Because if I'm drawing the 4th lane, I can still fetch and the land's gonna come into play untapped. The problem with that is if I draw exactly Sinister Sabotage, I'm not gonna be able to play it. I would like to get more mountains to use Cavalier multiple times, but I think the right play is to fetch an island, and if I draw Sabotage, I can counter Golos or whatever next turn. Alright, so we can play fires, that's nice. So we have a game on our hands. I need to find land number 5 and another Cavalier. I need to start putting a lot of pressure on my opponent. Don't need to play Bone Crusher Giant here, because even if I do want to play it next turn, I can give it haste with the Cavalier. So, believe drawn is the play. Cavalier and land. I'll take... Is there any reason to take an island over this? Not really, right? Yeah, I'll take this, I guess. So having the Fairy in play is going to be very important when we're going to be attacking with Cavalier, but we'll see how this goes. The good thing is our opponent cannot get tokens out of field, because they only have 4 different names. So even if they do play Golos and a land, they're going to be able to get to 6, not to 7. So we're going to have a good next turn. I'm going to go Cavalier, Cavalier. Give everything double haste. That way I'm attacking for 3 guaranteed, 8 guaranteed. So they take 11. Golos is going to have to jump. Okay, let's start with the land, because we need to have 5 lands in play. Do I want an island? Island lets me... mountain lets me discard lands to Cavalier. The thing is, am I playing blue and red Cavalier, or am I just playing double red Cavalier? I guess I need to keep red Cavalier in my hand to have lethal afterwards. So I'm gonna go blue Cavalier, red Cavalier. Is that still lethal? It's 3, that's 11, 12. That's exactly 16. So that still puts my opponent into chump block mode. So let's keep the mountain. Play Cavalier. Try to not mess it up for once. Put this back, put this back. Play Cavalier. Discard me. Actually, I don't want to show them the sabotage, do I? Yeah, I'm not even gonna like normally I would discard the sabotage, but I don't want to show them that I have it in my deck. Wait, did I miscount? 13, 14, no, it's fine. You know, pump again. It's the other way around. It goes exclamation mark, then deck. Or deck list if you want to see the cardboard life. I guess deck or deck list is the same thing. I also didn't update Stream Deckers list. Don't have Nifmizet anymore. I have 2 shocks in the main deck. I'll update it right now. 2 shock. We have 2 borrower. And my sideboard has 1 shock. I know it's awkward, but it's good against mono red. And what did I cut? Oh, I cut 1 negate. Alright, now the Stream Decker list is updated as well. The shock in the sideboard is just to have a card to bring in against mono red. It's not something you really wish for, even though you can do it. But it's just like another cheap card against mono red, so that you don't die quickly. So this is what? This is Golos. I want all the counters. None of this random counter spell stuff matters. Here you most often wish for Casualties of War, Nicol Bolas, and Mass Manipulation. I'm gonna bring in the land. Sometimes you can play Bone Crusher Giant, just another creature that has haste. I don't really want to draw it, but I also don't really need any of the other cards. I guess I could just board in Nicol Bolas, just to have access to it on turn 5. Maybe I can have 1 Flame Sweep in my deck for the tokens. It's super awkward, but the Giant just doesn't really do anything. Yeah, I'll have a random Flame Sweep in my deck. Chandra good versus zombies? Yeah, it can matter sometimes, but... Quench, if I find an island. I do have fires. Of course I draw the 1 giant that I left in my deck. I think I have to keep this. Just fetch an island. Well, the good thing with Flame Sweep is you can just put like some Cavaliers in play, and then you can Flame Sweep and attack. It's like it takes away the possible 2/2 blockers from combat that 1 turn, which might just be enough. Okay, how am I doing this then? I'm fetching for island on turn 1. That's the best way to do it, right? Because that way castle comes into play. Untap if I draw sabotage. I do thin my deck a little bit, which I don't want to do, but it's worth it for the sabotage. So yeah, let's start on the Fabled Passage, get an island. Alright, Field of the Dead. Going and setting up nicely for future army of zombies. Please remind me to restart after this game. I keep forgetting about it, but I'm going to need to do it. I should have really boarded out the Bone Crusher. Like on the play, there are turns where you can play it, but on the draw, like you just never have time to do it. Am I gonna shock them? If I do it, they're gonna know that I have Quench. But I'm never gonna have time to play it afterwards. Good, that's okay. I have 5 lands, I have fires. Ideally, my opponent goes Golos, I go Quench, I play fires, play drawn. I could even just play Bone Crusher. I don't really need to play Drawn from Dreams. I kind of just want to have... This is interesting. This is an interesting spot. Like, Bone Crusher lets you attack for a lot of damage next turn. It's basically lethal if my, like, obviously my opponent's gonna play something, probably get zombies in play. I think I'm actually gonna play the Giant. Is it bad? Is it wrong? Yeah, I'm gonna play the Giant. It also survives the Giant Wrath afterwards. Like, if in case they have 4 lands in play, we do have lethal, but not expecting that to be the case. Yeah, most likely they're gonna get a land, then play another one, so they're gonna get a 2/2. But it's still gonna let me have a nice attack, and then if Bonecrusher Giant survives the next attack, then even if they play the Giant Wrath, then this guy survives it, so... What else do you need if you have 2 Cavaliers? Yeah, that's kind of my thinking, but I'm kind of trying to think like what's gonna happen in this game, and like maybe I should do this because there are some like combination of cards that after I do this in this turn, I'm going to have to, you know, maybe just play 2 Cavaliers again. But I do like that this forces my opponent to block now. Like, instead of them being able to chump the Cavalier, they... and just take, you know, 6 or 7 damage, they're gonna take way more than that. So I need to cast this. Tap is fine. Let's start on that. Put the good cards back. We don't really have too many, but let's put back Drawn. And I'm gonna keep one of the negates. I could also keep the land actually. No, I'm gonna draw a land, so this is fine. No need to play this untap. I'm not gonna be scrying. I'm gonna be using the Cavalier, so better to do it this way. All right, let's pump. Make sure that it keeps the red mana untapped, and let's mash. Yeah, I have nothing else to do with my mana. I can't play negate in my opponent's turn because I have fires. So let's activate this guy. My opponent 15? No. 13. So they're at 5, and I have, what, 2 lands in the graveyard? Drawn in hand, yeah. Like where we are. Opponent has to go for Golos, so if they don't find anything too crazy, we're going to be able to beat them with the Cavalier next turn. With the blue one, because they don't have any flying creatures. Yay! Beat Golos, not bad, not bad. Not bad. Oh, restart game. Thank you, Elixir. Appreciate the reminder. What do we get? Another blue and red card. Is this a sign of... Is this normal? Are these the cards you're supposed to get? Because we got the same 2 cards. That was weird. Or is that the mastery bonus? It is the mastery bonus. It is just weird that it gave me the same cards. The same cards both times. Or it shows you the previous rewards. Okay, that explains it. Alright, let me restart real quick. It shows the same reward, okay. So, tournament, 2 more wins. He even has Castle Ventures as a disco background. It is Mont Saint Michel. It is a place in France. It's a really cool place. You guys should Google that. It is a really nice place that is very interesting. Do you think the Izzet version could justify Nifmizet? I played one Nifmizet before. I don't think you need it. It's fine. Like sometimes you just go Nifmizet, you know, Cavalier, and you start like machine gunning your opponent's board full of 1/1s or whatever. But I don't really think you need it. How many times can you play the challenge? As many times as you want. It does have a high entry fee, but you can do it as many times as you want. I kind of like it. I like that they are offering this kind of like a different thing to do on Arena. Well, awkward. If I had 2 lands, I actually would be excited about this hand, because like just going Quench Sabotage is good enough sometimes. Can I keep this and hope that I draw 2 lands in a row? What happens after that? I have to win with Brazen Borrower? I mean, I have a lot of lands in my deck. Is it better to mull to 5 though? If I keep this 6, I'm putting Cavalier back on bottom. Starting with this and hope that I draw one of my 2 draw steps. I'm hoping for an island, for a land. That is probably around 7. Well, we don't have fires. That's the problem. Like even if I do draw the lands, like what am I really doing? I'll mulligan again. If I knew what my opponent was playing, that would be easier. Alright, well this is pretty simple. This is a pretty good hand actually. Like I have a turn 2 play, a turn 3 play, and then a great turn 4. So if I draw 2 more lands, and my opponent doesn't have like turn 2 Oko, then this is actually a pretty good multi 5 as far as mulligans go. No Oko, don't Oko me! Don't do it! Please don't do it. Alright, Risen Reef is fine. We can live with that. So this says when the elemental enters the battlefield, so I don't need to respond. Now I will do it. Blue white. So this is probably the deck that won Mox, is my guess. Which is the banned ramp with Leafkin and with like the elemental package. As much as I would like to put Bonecrusher Giant in play, I don't think I can afford it because I need to put the 4th land untapped in play on turn 4. This I think is okay, because that's good after fires. Like next turn I'm going to be able to go fires drawn, get a 5th land and hopefully blue Cavalier. Yeah, I think I'm going to keep that and I'm going to go ahead and pass. No reason to kill Gilded Goose. I don't care if my opponent makes... If they want to use 2 mana to make a food token, then I would love if they did that. Yeah, this is a problem. This is a big issue.
Witness the ties that bind us all.
I have to respond because otherwise they make the food token. Now I think I'm just too far behind. Like I can play fires and drawn, but I'm taking 6 damage. I don't really want to play Bonecrusher. I don't think I can afford to do that. I don't have the 5th land, I don't have the blue Cavalier. I need to find land and blue Cavalier to kill Nissa next turn. Well, that didn't work. Awkward, awkward. Guess I'll take shock. Pretty MTG, what up? How's life? People told me in chat you took those 7 wins already. I did do that yesterday with Mono Red. I had the same list. I don't think I changed anything. I was pretty happy with the list. The only like awkward cards are like the Chandra Spire Helix is not the most powerful magic card ever. Oh, Oko, yeah, I am dead now. Because my opponent has another 6 power haste incoming next turn. Yeah, I'm super dead. But I don't really know if there are better options right now. Alright. Cavalier. Discard both of my cards. Draw lands. If I drew blue Cavalier, I think I would still be in it. Because I would be able to... Well, it still wouldn't be great, but... I can play Bone Crusher Giant, give both haste. The problem is I need to leave a blocker in play. Am I just dead? If I leave both back, my opponent goes make a line into a 3-3, make Leafkin into a 3-3. They have 4 lethal attackers. If I attack... I'm just super dead. Twice against Cavalcade. Yeah, the Pyro Helix is good against like Cavalcade and like the white-green Celestia adventure deck. Is there any way for me to survive? I don't think there is. Let's just hope that, I don't know. Let's just hope they mess it up sometime, somehow. Yeah. Shocking. Not playing Giant last turn, but the problem is I didn't have the 5th land. If I had a 5th land in my hand, I would have played Giant. But without the Giant, I cannot do... without the land, I can't play Giant. I can't play Cavalier next turn, so... My play was to go Cavalier... Like, I need to find blue Cavalier and kill Nissa, but my opponent playing Oko as well just completely ruined my chances. Oh my goodness, sideboard. In this matchup, you usually get Casualties of War, sometimes you get Clarion or Time Wipe. I don't really want to board anything. I guess Negate is good, they have a bunch of Planeswalkers. Maybe Negate's better than Borrower. Borrower's kind of medium. It just lets me counter Planeswalkers, which is the most important thing they have. Why is this list playing so many counter spells when Fires makes them unusable? Well, you can still use them before you play Fires, and when you have Fires in play, you're usually casting Cavaliers, and you can discard all the cards to... You can discard all the cards to, you know, Red Cavalier or you basically just don't even use them because you have other stuff to do. This is an awkward hand. Kind of want to keep both Fires because they're gonna have counter magic. I also kind of want to keep Bone Crusher Giant. This is such an awkward hand. Ugh. I don't know if this is right. Yeah, I mean, you can still use the counters in your own turn to help force something through. But the idea is, like, I'm using the counters before Fires comes into play. Like, in the first 4 turns, I'm like a blue-red, you know, control deck. And that changes afterwards. Oh, yeah, that's counter bad. Dr. Faust, thanks for the 4th month resub. Welcome back. Need lands. If they had Oko, would they have played Oko last turn? They probably wouldn't. I think they would have tried to find more lands for Nissa. Basically, this deck is a hybrid. I also have a pretty good record with this deck. I think I'm 8-1 with this, right? Or no, I don't think I've ever lost with this actually. I think I went 3-0 on the ladder yesterday, and we're 5-0 in the metagame challenge. So I think the deck is legit. Alright, now, what are we doing? I don't really want to put fires in play because I want to keep mana for counters. If I didn't mulligan, my hand was, you know, all proactive cards, I would definitely put fires in play right now. But as is, I think I need to like pass, use Bone Crusher to kill one of these, negate like an Oko or Nissa. Goose, I don't really care about. How was last night? Phantom event. I played. If you mean the metagame challenge, I played Mono Red last evening and I 7-0'd. I want to kill this regardless. Let's just kill it now. I don't really know if there's anything that I would want to Sinister Sabotage for 2 mana. Yeah, this is perfect. Now I can negate that. Now the question is, do I slam the fires? I don't really have anything though, that's the problem. But my opponent doesn't have a fourth land. I do have the Scry land. I think what's gonna happen very likely is they also pass next turn. But I guess I can just Scry, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, let's fetch first to have a less lands in the deck. Counter this guy. Alright, let's put that in the graveyard. They don't have another land, that's important. I'm not gonna scry right now. Oh blue, oh baby. We're doing it. Let's just click on the right cards. Alright, let's play fires. Let's select a stop in my upkeep so that next turn I can scry if I want to. Let's put back a land. Chances are this might die. I guess not really. They don't really have anything in their deck that deals with that, so I'm gonna put back probably the fairy. No, let's put back the fairy. I don't have 6 mana yet for casualties. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find Clarion and just kill my opponent's little creatures right now. Oh, where is it? Oh, here. I think I wanna scry the land away. This works just fine. Questing Beast? Oh, 2/2 Hydroid, sure. Let me scry. What do we get? Land. Alright, that's going on the bottom. Could scry again in my upkeep. Didn't I... Wait, what? Didn't I put a stop in my upkeep? I guess, well, I guess we're not doing that then, but that was weird. Maybe I misclicked. Alright. So, we're discarding the lands. I want to discard Quench too, so it doesn't... I mean, I guess I can keep one of the lands. Hold on. I'm gonna be able to discard only one card, so... I want to discard a land, put Quench back. So, Quench goes back. This goes on top. Cavalier. Discard this. Oh no, that was my last red source. It doesn't matter. They have 10 life. It doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. You have to set stops only when you have priority. If you do it during animation, it doesn't register. So if I like do it when I'm resolving this cry, it doesn't actually do anything. That's weird. Well, I guess the more you know. On the draw, I want another shock because I want to kill Gilded Goose. And what did I board out? I kind of like the negates. My opponent had a lot of Planeswalkers, but they also have Risen Reef and stuff. It's not very good against that. I could board out one drawn from Dreams. Maybe one fairy. Is it one fairy or one drawn? Board out. I really like going fires drawn. That's like such a strong turn. I'll board out one fairy. I don't know if that's right. Canister, what up? Good job yesterday. Giving me a beating of a lifetime. Yeah, we're currently 8-0 with the deck. Even after mulliganing infinite. Opponent keeps. Well, we have counter for turn 2 Oko, but that's about it. This 5-lens Quench a keep. Oh man, I think I should go to 5. Oh, well, this hand is not great either. I guess on 5 you're just looking for... On 5 you're looking for like a Bone Crush Giant, because that at least gives you... multiple cards to play. And now it does stop in my upkeep. What is going on? I don't... And I'm auto-passing? What? What is going on? 2 main phase, sure. Okay. I can't shock anything, but there's nothing I can shock. If they had Goose, they would have played it turn 1. And if they have Leafkin Druid, that's an 0-3, so that doesn't let me shock it, unfortunately. Alright. I kinda wish I had the Quench. We got it. Can't get hit with the Fairy passive if the Fairy passive myself with fires. I'm gonna put that in my article, I guess. Also, nobody plays the Fairy anymore. Wow, I put 2 Cavaliers on the bottom and I drew 2 more. Let's counter that. Do I keep a land? I don't think it gets much better than the land. I mean, I would rather get counter spells, I guess. My hand is just super awkward right now. Wow, the fairy. At least now we don't care anymore. We used both of our counters. Or like all of our counters. By that, I mean 1. It's funny that like the second I said nobody plays Teferi anymore, our opponent literally went Teferi. Yeah, that was fun. I don't think I'm gonna lose this game because of Teferi though. That's the thing. I'm gonna lose this game because I multi 5. I think I multi 5 in game 1 as well. Well, we can cast Cavalier. So we're still in it. We're still in it. Not dead yet. Need to get a red line. I have 3 blue. Okay, now I have 3 red as well. Let's cast this guy. I am super dead. So maybe they're gonna let me block. What do I want to put back? Do I want shock? Does shock do anything? Shock means that the yeah, I'm gonna put 2 ones back. Shock means that the fairy doesn't bounce right away.
Oh, I've done the hero thing.
If I do that, if I go for the Cavalier play, like I put the good cards back and then I loot away my hand, it just gets bound by the fairy. I think I just die. I think I just need to go Cavalier Shock next turn. And then like a turn later I can like double like Cavalier Haste or something. I don't know. I think I'm just dead. Yeah, I am super dead. We're not gonna get the 7 wins. The only way for me to get out of this is Fairy of Wishes get like time wipe and sweep the board. We have neither we don't have fires, we don't have the fairy either, so not looking great right now. Can shock this trait for that, so I'm gonna be shuffling the cards away. So let's shuffle away this and this. Shock the fairy 2-1.
Don't make another move.
And pass. Maybe they have 7 lands in hand. I'm gonna trade Hydroid for Cavalier. Puts me to 9. And then, I don't know. I'm gonna draw fires. And then I'm gonna wake up. Yeah, they have like a million things they can do. They can play Nissa, they can play Oko. I am dead to like a million things.
Power surges through these lands. Rise, my elemental friend.
5-1, still a good result. Gonna be my first loss with blue-red fires. The deck that should work. With 6 counter spells and 3 more in the sideboard. I can just keep playing it on ladder for a little bit. I think we got to like number 20 on ladder with it. Or we can just play the metagame event again with like a different deck. What am I gonna play next? I could play blue-green. I kind of like blue-green. I also kind of want to play Frilled Mystic. I think Frilled Mystic is a great card. Kind of underplayed right now. I don't think blue-green flash is very good right now. Because it does get owned by like Oko on turn 2 on the play, or Steamkin on turn 2 on the play, stuff like that. Got to number 3, can't move that. This is that was exactly my experience. I got to number 3, 1 went to number 3, 1 went to number 3, then lost and moved to like 10th. So like it's really hard to get the first 2 people that are like safeguarding the first 2 spots. Yeah, I'm super dead. Alright, you got us. We're dead. We don't even scry. If I block right now, it doesn't remember the scry. Because the card just has no abilities now. Alright, 5-1. I'll take it. Not the worst. It was 5 wins, right? Yeah, it was 5 wins. Alright, got 10 packs.